Hi friends, hi, how's it going? How you doing today? Hopefully today finds you well. Today I am doing my January and February together haul in retrospect, and the reason why is because January kind of got away from me. This is the video series on my channel in which I go over the products that I hauled in last year at this time and talk to you about whether I think that they're worthy products that I brought into my collection or not. There's a lot that goes into the deciding factors for that. Have I used them? How much have I used them? Do I love them regardless kind of mindsets? But I hope that that sounds like something that you're interested in. I have been doing these on my channel for a couple years now, and they seem to be of interest to the people out there, but we have a lot of newness on our channel these days, and I'm so excited about it. For those of you that are new here, my name is Donna. I'm so happy to have you here. I am a lover of all things high-end, colorful beauty and self-care. I also work in the beauty industry as the district leader for Ulta, so I get a lot of education about the stuff that I am putting on my face, my skin, my body, and I like to bring that education to you. I do a lot of reviews here, a lot of hauls here. I also just kind of like to chit chat about makeup, and you people are my people. I pick you, Pikachu. So I hope that you also pick me. And if you do, I hope that you'll want to subscribe before you go. With that said, let's roll into this haul in retrospect. There's not a whole lot here. Last year was my year of quality over quantity. So what I do have, I consider quality. So let's roll into this. Hi. Okay. So there isn't a lot, as I said in the intro. Last year was my year of quality over quantity. So I really tried to spend my money in the places that I really thought were going to bring me joy in the future. There was a couple things though in this haul specifically that you will see that even though I thought maybe they'd bring me joy in the near future, I haven't even used them. Or, you know, one item in particular has already been decluttered. So there's that. Let's walk into this. Let's go over these products. So in January, I had a haul from Kaleidos. I also had a haul from Sephora. I also had one from Lunar Beauty. From Sephora, we're going to go into that first. There was a huge sale going on, and it was all the Christmas stuff, right? All of the holiday sets that were on sale, so I had to buy quite a few of them. First and foremost would be a Fenty set, and in the Fenty set came one of her new cream glosses.
You know, I want to say that I maybe got the wrong gloss in this. I think this set came with Fenty Gloss.
It makes sense to me that because this is cream and this is cream, that these came in the same set, but this is also Fenty Glow and this is Fenty Glow, so I think maybe it came with the Fenty Glow gloss. I'm gonna go back and watch the other video and put it in here which glosses came with, but I do think it was this one. This is the cream gloss in Candy Milk, and it is, I believe, the catalyst of the reason why I purchased it, besides this, one of her cream blushes. So I had never tried a cream blush, so I thought that I should get this set, right? It also came with one of her diamond bombs in Fenty Glow. So this is the item that has already been decluttered out of my collection. This is, I mean, really, it's truly beautiful. I'm gonna probably be sad that I swatched it just now because I'm gonna want to keep it. But this is what it is. It's a highlighter in my collection that I never pull for because of the sheer glitter of it, even though it looks very beautiful and kind of has this like wet feeling to it and wet appeal to it on your skin. It's just the item that has been already decluttered from my collection because I just don't get any use out of that item. It went into a Shop My Stash and I did have it in rotation for 2 weeks. And if there's one thing that you should know about me, if you're new here, I hate glitter. Like, I don't like to put it on my eyes. I don't like to put it on my face. I feel like it's just so hard to get off of your skin, so hard to get off of your hands once you've swatched it. It's just so hard. So it has been decluttered from my collection. The cream blush is not my favorite. I do think that if I do a blush declutter sometime in the very near future, because I will be doing a blush declutter in the very near future, that this might also go. These cream blushes, which I am enamored with. I'm enamored with cream blushes, but the Fenty cream blushes just don't stay on my cheeks the way I want them to. I feel like I get a good 4 hours wear time out of them, but after that, you just really can't tell that they're there. So I'm not enamored with her cream blushes. And as far as her lip gloss goes, I haven't even used this. And even if it is the other one, I haven't used it either because I had a mini in that same shade that I've been using instead. I do love her glosses though. I will get some use out of that gloss. So I'm happy with the gloss. The other two items, one's been decluttered and one I'm not super happy about. So was that truly quality for my collection? Maybe not. The next thing was this, and it was the Huda Lifeliner. I've talked about this actually. I think it was in my purchase regrets for the year 2021. I hate this eyeliner. Where the regular eyeliner, the like pencil eyeliner, is super black, super creamy, beautiful. I do love it, and it is still in my collection because of that pencil. The liquid eyeliner was not my favorite. You put it on your eye and it, you know, has to sit super close to your lash line. It is like tar in your lashes. And while it does do everything it says it's going to do as far as, you know, be super black, be matte black, and go on and stay on, it does do that. Even with my super wonky, super watery eyes, it doesn't like go anywhere. It doesn't smear. It is like tar in my lashes. And instead of being able to put this on and then go in with you know, mascara, I have to put this on and then I have to comb through my lashes, potentially pull out lashes just to get the clumps of this tar out of them, and then put mascara on my lashes. And it's just too much work in my opinion. It's not my favorite. I will never repurchase this, even though the pencil one is really stark black, really nice, really neat, really creamy. The liquid is kind of a pain in the ass and I would never repurchase it. So quality, no. Strike two. Next, we have the Marc Jacobs Potted Glitter in Noir. So I would love for you to just kind of like rewind the 15 seconds and be reminded of the statement that I just made a few minutes ago.
I don't like glitter.
Why did I buy this? Why did I buy this? I'll tell you why. Because I have one of his potted glitters and it's actually a really beautiful potted glitter. It's actually a glitter that goes on that doesn't really fall out all over the place. That it's not hard to get off where it does fall out. But this one is black. And I don't know how many times I have worn black in the 5 years I've been putting makeup on my face as far as a glitter goes. I don't think ever. So why I bought a potted glitter in black? I think it was the whole Marc Jacobs is 50% off going out of business bullshit that really got to me, to be honest, because I don't think I would have bought this otherwise. And I think I should have spent my money more on his eyeliners that I know I love, that I know I'll use, than this potted black glitter. It was like $12.50 though. I think that's why I was drawn into it. So again, not quality. Strike three on my January purchases. The Pat McGrath Lip Gloss Trio. This was the next set, holiday set that I purchased. I do believe I got this set for like, again, $12.50. I think it was $25 full price, $12.50 for half price. I've worn every single one of these glosses. As a matter of fact, this one was on my lips this morning. I think it's probably worn off now. Yeah, it looks like it's worn off now, but this one was on my lips this morning. They are glittery. They do have glitter in them. I think that you can see that on the screen, but they don't feel gritty and glittery, and the glitter stays where it's supposed to stay. So when it comes to glitter in my routine, this is the best way to do glitter in my opinion. I do have some glitter like eyeliners too from Urban Decay that I'll wear glitter like that because it stays where it needs to stay. It doesn't like flake all over the place. I'm not trying to pick glitter out of my pores for the rest of my life. This is the same thing, and I love Pat McGrath glosses. You can see these aren't seeing a whole hell of a lot of use, to be honest, but they still smell really good. They still go on really smooth. They're still really great glosses. No taste weirdness. They're really great glosses. Pat McGrath glosses are really top of the line for me as far as glosses go. Win. That's a win. That's a one win out of the 5 products that I've been through so far. So another win for me would have been the Dior set that I got with mascara and the lipstick. Granted, I haven't used the lipstick. This is Dior 999, whatever it is. It's red. I don't wear red lipstick. I purchased this set for the sheer ability to have another item from Dior in addition to the item that I purchased it because of, which was the Dior Pump and Show mascara, which I'll put a picture of in here. My favorite mascara, Pump and Volume, I think it's called, mascara. It's kind of got this like squeezy like tube, and then the wand is really like bushy and gives a lot of volume. I love that mascara. It's one of my favorite mascaras. It doesn't irritate my eyes. It doesn't flake off, and it is a beautiful mascara. And I was super excited because the set came with that mascara and this, and its original price was the same price as the mascara is, and I got it on sale. So I think I purchased it and this little tiny like lipstick for, I think it was like 20 bucks total. On my brands to try was Dior, and while I had tried the Dior mascara, that was the only thing from Dior I had tried. I did not try this lipstick. This lipstick saw no use, but there was other items from Dior that I also tried. I do think that this was a win as far as functionality and quality in my makeup collection, because I did use that mascara up in, you know, in short time. So I think I had had it open for 6 months. So I do categorize this as a win as far as purchases that I made in January. Then the other Dior product that I purchased was a Dior Highlight. I love that it comes in this velvet bag. I think it is beautiful. This is what the highlight looks like. Again, beautiful. And then this is what the highlight itself looks like. Again, beautiful. This has seen a lot of use in my collection. That is it right there. It's just really icy. I think I picked what I thought was going to be a great color for me, because I mean, it doesn't look as icy in the pan, but I also think I could go with probably a more champagne-y color. This is like pink ice for sure. It is a beautiful highlight though. I have worn it multiple times to the extent that the word nude in here in the center is really worn down. It's almost like you can't even tell that it's there anymore. I love this highlight. I'm really happy to have this highlight. It's one of my favorites in my collection. So again, another win for quality. All right, the next thing is this. This is a MAC Ruby Woo. This was a mini that I purchased. I can't remember why I purchased this, except for that this is an iconic MAC lipstick. And I realized that I didn't have a whole lot of red lipsticks in my collection, and therefore thought I needed to purchase Ruby Woo because it's an iconic MAC lipstick. I don't have much red lipstick in my collection because I just don't wear red. Remind me of this next time I think I need to purchase something for my collection that I never wear, because I never have, you know, I never have a reason to wear red. It's not seen any kind of action in my collection. I've never used it. It will remain in my collection because I think I had the idea that I was going to do like a red lipstick swatch on my lip kind of moment for a YouTube video. And I just don't want to. I just don't think that I won't wear them. So there's that. Not a quality purchase. The next thing in my collection are these that I brought in January of last year, and these are the Natasha Denona Chroma Crystal Liquid Eyeshadows. These are the minis, and this set was like Space Cadet or Space Cowboy or something like that. I can't remember, but it's a black and a silver liquid eyeshadow, and her liquid eyeshadows are bomb. I am gonna tell you, these are fantastic. I have 2 other liquid eyeshadows from her in my collection that I had purchased before these that are for full size that I got for the same price as I got these both. I'm really happy to have these in my collection. They are really great, but like when I think through the lens of this glitter from Marc Jacobs and this from Natasha Denona, I'm always going to wear this before I pick this up and put it on my eyes, because this is a black glitter liquid eyeshadow that's super impactful. I have worn this one time. I've worn this silver probably 4 times, So they're getting use. They're getting about as much use as I would expect with a collection the size of mine, but they're really great. I'm interested to open them up the next time I open them up to see how, you know, how dried out they get. I know that the steel is in my collection, whether I was opening them or not, are all dried up within a certain amount of time. So I'm curious with these ones, but I'm not going to open them up just for shits and giggles, because the more you open up a liquid eyeshadow, the more chances you run of it drying out more quickly. So they've already been in my collection a year. The last time I used one or the other of them, they were still very creamy, very liquidy, very nice. So I'm interested to see just how long these guys last in my collection. I like them a lot more than I like the Stilas, just because they don't flake as much or fall out as much as the Stila ones do, yet they have the same kind of impact that the Stila ones do. So I'm excited about that. The next thing I have is this. This is the ABHI Stout. If I am correct in my assumption with this, I walked into a store, I looked at it, we were still in this place where we weren't allowed to swatch, but it was so pretty. It wasn't something I was going to pick up until I saw it in person, and then I was like, that is so pretty, I have to have it. And if you guys watched my products I regret purchasing video, you know that this is a product I regret purchasing. It is a highlighter that's a beautiful highlighter. It looks very white, very pretty in here, kind of icy, maybe even a little bit of white golden, right? This is green. This is flat out green on my skin, and it's getting kind of washed out in this green, but it's got this really beautiful like texture to it. It is so pretty, but it goes on my face and looks very green. So at the end of the day, this is a product that I wore, I think, a handful of times, maybe 5 times since I purchased it last year, and I won't put it on my face again because it's just green. So this will probably end up being decluttered. One of the last items from the January haul that I have is this, and this is the Lunar Beauty Moon Prism Blush Palette, and this is a palette that I tried to get my hands on forever before I was finally able to. So first and foremost, let's just look at the packaging. Now you know. If you know that I was interested in this simply because of the packaging. But also, for those of you new here, like, my favorite blushes are like neutral tones, deep tones, like almost for people of color tones in blushes, so bright pinks, bright purples, that kind of thing, and coral. Look at how beautiful. I mean, there's corals and deep neutral tones, and even some of these lighter tones over here, and those are more of, like, I would say, like almost highlighty tones. Really beautiful palette. I'm really happy to have this in my collection. As a matter of fact, it is the blush that I have on my face today, the kind of like pinky, like coral. I mixed these two colors together to get the blush on my face today. It is in my Shop My Stash. I do believe when you see this video, you'll have seen that Shop My Stash. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It is the first time I've picked it up since I purchased it, but it is a beautiful palette. I just don't typically remember to pull for face palettes, which is why it hasn't seen any use. They live in a completely different drawer from the rest of my blushes, so but I am enjoying it. I do love it, and I will hold on to it, and I just think that Manny is the best thing next to, I don't know, whatever's good in your life. He is such an amazing creator and such an amazing brand, to be honest. The last thing that I picked up in January was a haul that was unexpected, but also from a brand that lived on my brands to try list for a couple years, and they just happened to collab with a creator who I absolutely adore, 100% respect, and that is Kaleidos. And the collaboration was the Club Nebula palette. So I ended up purchasing, because you only get free shipping when you purchase $100 from Kaleidos, and I, as stupid as it sounds, would rather have free shipping than pay the shipping and pay less than $100 for products. I know that's dumb, but I ended up getting the Club Nebula, the Escape Pod palette, and the Space Age Highlight and Ray Rider. So I had heard a lot about Ray Rider and these two palettes. This one was just because, I mean, hello, Angelica, and this one was because I had heard a lot about it, and I couldn't get the, you know, the 6-pan palettes that they had, the Prophecy palettes or whatever they're called. they were out of stock of the main ones that I wanted. So I decided to go with the Escape Pod. I didn't think much of it, but I decided to go with it. This is the Club Nebula palette, and this is a beautiful dark matte palette. I had a lot of fun with this palette. I created some really beautiful eye looks with this palette, and I am so happy to have this in my collection. And this is the Escape Pod palette. And as crazy as it sounds, because this is not my typical color story, this is kind of like pastel, but like pastel on crack. This is my favorite palette of the year. Like when I think through the lens of the palettes I had the most fun with, the ones that I kept wanting to use, the ones that I didn't want to put down, these two palettes fall into that rank, but this one specifically falls into that mindset. This whole center section right here of shimmers is just the most beautiful, glorious, impactful shimmers on the planet. Then you have like a row of like neutral-esque kind of tones and a row of pastels that are actually quite bright. Like I was so excited to use this palette every single day I pulled it in to use. I was so excited about it, and I'm happy to have both of those in my collection, and I will spend more with Kaleidos. 100% will spend more with Kaleidos. One of the things that I think I will spend more on is their highlighters. So this one in Raid Rider, honestly, I didn't think it was all that. Like, it's not like so different that I think that you need to go to Kaleidos to get it. But man, look at how beautiful and impactful that is. It is really beautiful. The best part about it is that it is a powder highlight that is kind of like duochromy in nature, but doesn't sit on top of your skin like most powders do. It doesn't exacerbate texture, I don't feel like. It is just such a pretty formula for aging skin. It just goes onto your skin and it looks like it's wet instead of powder on top of your skin, creating like this crazy highlight. What I would say about these that might turn people off is that they are really like see me from the moon kind of highlights, and I know that we're kind of steering away from that these days. These are beautiful. They're beautiful highlights, and I will probably spend more money on some highlights from Kaleidos, in addition to, you know, more palettes, because I just love Kaleidos. I'm so happy to have Kaleidos in my repertoire. And the only thing I brought into my collection in February was a mystery box from Midas Cosmetics. And I'm really sad to say that I think I heard somewhere, I think I saw that they're going out of business. And that is so sad to me, because I really enjoyed what I used from the Midas haul that I got. With that said, the only thing I used from the Midas haul that I got was the eyeshadows. I think that they have a wonderful eyeshadow formula. So let's just start there. I did get 2 palettes from them in this box. It was the Artistry Palette Volume 1 and the Artistry Palette Volume 2, and they were these palettes here. I'll say this palette here because I only kept one. One of the things that I think that Midas does well is it tries to create color stories that will suit. I like kind of like more bold than I do pastel, and the light skin tone one was a little bit more pastel. I did love the dual chrome in the other palette a lot, but I got rid of that palette because of the 2 palettes. This one I just saw myself using more. But I will go ahead and link the palette roulettes for all the palettes, all the eyeshadow palettes that I'm going over today up in the cards for you. I really had a great time with these palettes. Like, they were pastel, but it was pastel that I enjoyed working with for the very first time ever in my entire makeup life. Like, I have never liked pastels in the past, but I really enjoyed working with these. Another thing that I got that I used from Midas was the sponge that was in here. Now, I kept this container because it has holes at the top of it, and it's really great for travel. And for those of you who are new here who don't know, I am a district leader for Ulta. My district is quite large as far as geography is concerned, so I do travel quite a bit. I stay in a hotel a lot of nights, and I need makeup in a travel bag. I need to take things like sponges and brushes with me. So having a travel sponge case is awesome. Now I know that they make them for Real Techniques, but not every sponge is shaped like the one from Real Techniques. So this Midas one I really, really love because it has the perfect shape to fit any sponge that I want to put in it. So I get a lot of use out of that case, but I also got a lot of use out of the sponge, and the sponge is no longer part of my collection because I used the poop out of it. I also got some brushes. Now you guys can see these 3 brushes, they're still in their wrappers. They're still like look brand new, and they look brand new because I have about 100,000 brushes in my collection, and I don't pull in new brushes unless one of my other brushes is toast. What I will say is they do feel very soft and sturdy. They look a lot like Sigma brushes to some extent as far as, you know, their makeup, but I have a lot of brushes, so I haven't used these. The other thing that came in that I don't have anymore because those went into giveaway boxes is there was some glitters, some like body glitter. Again, I don't like glitters, so those went into my giveaway drawers immediately. The last thing, which I haven't gotten any use out of, which I'm very sad I haven't gotten any use out of because I really do love me a good gloss, and I've heard wonderful things about their glosses, are these 4 glosses. So I have the gloss icing from them in almond, meringue, classic, and strawberry. I have more room in my gloss drawer. I might put 1 or 2 in my gloss drawer, but I haven't gotten any use out of these guys. It's not because I don't want to use them, because they're beautiful. I mean, like, this looks gorgeous. It's like this peachy, pinky glitter gloss. It's just so pretty. And I've heard really great things about their glosses, so I do need to put them into my regular, like, rotation, my drawer, where I pull from for my regular rotation, but I haven't used these yet. So with that said, I do think that I did bring in some frivolous things in January and February. I do think that, you know, my February haul being so like curated and just this one thing makes sense with what I was going after for the year in quality, not quantity, really honing in on the brands that I wanted to try and purchasing from them, really honing into the products that I really could see myself using over and over and over again in my collection instead of honing in on products that I just wanted to fill a spot. I think for the most part, I did okay, but I think we can see from the January haul to the February haul just how much my spending had changed. And in the January haul, not everything was worthless. I really did think that I was going to get more use out of this. I really did think that this cream blush was going to be amazing because I love Fenty as a brand. But there are some other stuff that I really didn't need to bring into my collection, like 2 red lipsticks when I know I don't wear red. Like that's a thing. A black glitter when I know I don't wear glitter. That's a thing. So I think I did a great job. I'm not going to say I'm a winner, but I am going to say I think I half and half did. I think I did purchase some great quality items that I will forever love to have in my collection, and I also purchased some quantity items. So I'm hoping that as we go through the rest of this year, haul and retrospect, like we will be able to see more and more how quality my purchases were versus quantity. I remember I didn't spend a whole lot in makeup this year. Well, in 2021. So I was really proud of myself for that. Most of what I brought in was gratis, if I'm honest. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I do hope you enjoyed the video. Do you remember what you picked up in January and February of last year? And do you remember if you've even used it? If you loved it, if you hated it, do you remember any of those things? Do you like write things down and then circle back to them at a later date? It's so funny because I was looking through my comments the other day and I saw a comment in there from a subscriber who doesn't have a YouTube channel but kept a list of the empties that she had for a year just because she was curious. So I know that even if you don't have a makeup channel, like some of us, we still do these things. So do you do that? And can you go back to the purchase that you made? And are you happy with them? Or are you not? I would be interested to hear your thoughts down in the comment section, so please leave me a comment down there. I just want to thank you all so much for coming to watch my video today, and I hope that you liked it. I hope that if you did, you'll consider giving me a big thumbs up. It really does help our channels out here, and I hope that you liked it, or me, enough that you're considering subscribing before you go. I hope that you and yours are well. I hope that 2021 is treating you all kindly, that February is treating you all kindly, that you guys are healthy and safe and just kind of living the best that you can in this crazy chaotic world that we're living in right now. Love each other from afar. Thank you guys so much for joining today, and until next time, bye friends.